All right, cool. This is Mike from the Mike James Rock Show, and this gentleman is going to introduce himself.
My name is Braun. I play drums for Mastodon.
How's it going, man?
It's going fine.
How's the UK treated you so far?
Really well, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. I thought they were going to be mean to us, but they've been really nice.
That's cool, man.
Everyone said, they're going to be really mean to you, and I said, why? And it hasn't been like that. It's been totally opposite of that.
Excellent. This is the last night of the UK leg.
It is.
How?
We're going to chop the UK leg off. You guys can have it. You can roast it with onions and peppers and potatoes and whatever you want to do with it. It's up to you.
And
it's a Mastodon leg, so it's good.
That's cool.
It's very, a lot of flavor.
Which show stood out the best for you from the UK so far, then?
I guess London would be the personal best for me as far as like how I played and how I sang, and just the vibe was killer. But they've all been awesome, you know.
Cool.
So, you know, it's hard to pick a favorite when they've all been so good.
I caught a couple of tracks from you guys when you played at Sonosphere this year.
Yeah.
How's it been since then? Because the album's been released. For me, this is personal. The album is the album of the year for me.
Oh, cool. Thanks, man.
Head and shoulders above any other album.
Awesome.
As soon as it came out, it's been on my phone, and I haven't stopped listening to it for months and months.
Well, that's good.
So
yeah.
There's a high.
Yeah. So I guess we made it for people like you that like it.
It's cool, and it's each album is different each time as well. How was the writing process for this album?
It was kind of slow but steady. You know, we just keep going down there to the practice space until it's fairly worked out. We get it about 75% there, and then we say, okay, let's go record it. You know, and then leave 25% to the wind. You know, and let it sort of work itself out while we're there.
So is the practice room back home in Atlanta then?
Yeah. So we have a practice space there with all our stuff is there, and you know, when we're home, we just try to treat Mastodon like almost a 9 to 5, but not necessarily a 9 to 5, more of a 1 to 2.
A lot more regimented than being
you know, if we go down there and things are happening, then we're down there for 5 hours and we don't even know that any time has passed at all because it's going well. But then sometimes you're down there kind of banging your head up against the wall like, this isn't working, or, you know, the artistic process. It's not easy, but nothing good ever is.
Do you only write in the practice room, or do you like?
No, like Bill writes a lot on tour. You know, he's always got his guitar on. Same with Brent. Those guys write a lot. You know, they sit around with the guitars and play, and then you know, either they'll be working on something, and Troy and myself will be sitting in the room and ears perk up like, oh, that's killer, you know. So, you know, stuff like that.
Cool, man. There was rumors of an EP as well.
We do. We have a bunch of songs that didn't make the record that just had their own thing going on. So I guess I'm not sure what's going to happen with those, because the EP thing just didn't end up being able to work out due to a bunch of life stuff that got in the way. You know,
touring.
Not got in the way, but not exactly touring, but just, you know, we thought we were going to have a couple months off to do that, but then some tragedies presented themselves, and those had to be dealt with, and not dealt with, but paid attention to, and so yeah, we'll have to, when we get back home from this, we'll reassess, see where we're at, and what we can do with those songs, because they're killer, but they're just in a different place, you know.
Is it just a case that they didn't make the album because they weren't good enough, or is it just a case?
No, they were
so
great.
Many songs.
Well, there was a lot of songs, and we just it was more the album seemed to be more in this certain vibe, and this is the story, you know, and this makes the most sense. Even though these songs are great, they're part of a different story. So,
what is the Loose Base story? Because each album seems to not necessarily be a concept album, but yeah, like I said, have a story behind them loosely.
This one, not really, you know. This one, I mean, there's a similar, I guess, thread that weaves it all together, but nothing like, it doesn't go down the line A, B, C, D, you know, as far as being like a proper story like Crack the Sky or Blood Mountain or something like that.
Yeah. The artwork for the album is very bright and quite phenomenal.
Skinner, yeah. Skinner's a badass. He's a good friend of ours, and you know, ever since we saw his work a few years back, we have wanted to work with him in some capacity. He did a couple posters, T-shirts, and then we approached him last Halloween time about doing the album cover and telling him the big idea with the 4 panels and everything, with the big gatefold. So he went to work immediately. It took him like a month, and he was done, and it was insane, and we were very excited.
No giant wooden sculpture this time, then?
No, that's AJ.
What happened to the sculpture for the Hunter?
I can't tell you.
Just
we have it, you know.
You do have it.
I don't want to tell you where it is.
No.
Then
I just didn't want it to go to waste and someone find it in a car boot sale or something.
No. It's not firewood, trust me.
That's cool, man.
Maybe someday. Hopefully it'll, it's in our possession. We each own a quarter of it, so we have to keep it at the practice space, basically. There you go. It's at the practice space.
Oh, now we know. We just got to get flights over to Atlanta.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap in the summer.
I guess so. You're just about to head out back into the mainland Europe. What's after that tour?
Home for a couple months.
Yeah?
Home for the holidays.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
It's Christmas soon, isn't it?
Yeah, pour some eggnog out down your back and slap yourself on the ass.
I'm going to try that.
Right?
Have you got plans for 2015 yet?
Tour, more tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still keep working this record when it, because we've only really done for this record 1 U.S. tour, 1 European tour, so we'll probably end up, we have to go, Australia and the Pacific Rim and
the warmer countries in the winter time.
Yeah,
yeah.
Go visit those people and play songs for them. They deserve it,
Yeah.
We want to go to as many cool places as possible. Play some music.
Is there anywhere you want to play that you haven't played before? Because obviously you have played quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean everywhere. I'd love to play anywhere really that we haven't played. But I'd love to go to Malaysia, Singapore, Jakarta, just to name a few.
Cool, man.
I haven't been over there. I really want to play India. We haven't played India.
There seems to be an emerging scene from India as well.
There is, yeah. Like Iron Maiden put out a record and everybody liked it, so boom, scene.
They've got a lot a lot for blame, I guess.
A bunch of IT guys at the rock shows, just like yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you'd have obviously you're in your favourite band of all time, but if you were sat on your drums and you could have any artist in history in front of you playing guitar, bass, and singing, which artist would you have in your fantasy band? I guess with you on drums.
Michelangelo, Salvador Dali, and Ilya Repin. I don't know if they can play music, but
I'm sure you can train them up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, sure. That'd be terrible.
It's been a pleasure chatting to you, man.
Cool, man.
Hopefully you'll be back in the UK in 2015 and we'll be able to rock out to you again, man. That'd be cool.
I hope so too.
Cool, thanks very much.
Awesome.
Cheers. Cool.